Hey, what's going on, guys? Crobat for the win. Danza here today with...
Me, Miguel. What's up? That caught me off guard. How's it
Sorry
going?
about that. I will be doing another round of coach interviews today. Miguel, I'm really happy you could make it today. I know in the past you've been insulted with beanie and clap comments, but I'm not bringing up any of that nonsense today. This is an exciting time. The GBA is back after all.
I mean, I take this as compliments, honestly, so it's fun.
Well, on that note, we can move into GBA discussion.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have an inevitable question. How are you feeling knowing that the GBA's returned after such a catastrophe last season?
I was really pleased, to be honest. I was one of the persons, like yourself included, that were not really happy with the fact that the GBA was, ended in the middle of the season and such. I was enjoying it a lot, and I thought it was one of the best experiences I've had when it comes to competitive pokes, without a doubt. So it was when John told me that it was coming back and such. At first, I was kind of skeptical because I was like, I don't know if they'll get this going and such. But I was wrong, man. It's back, and it's back stronger than ever, and I'm really happy with it, to be honest. Not gonna lie.
Well, that's great, man. I can confirm definitely stronger than ever. The support I've even seen just watching from the sidelines, from doing this, from this position, it's great, man.
It's amazing. Like, I don't think we've ever had this much eyes on us. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
the
the channel or the Twitter, they're getting like 3,000-4,000 followers.
Oh wow, yeah. We reached 4K. We surpassed 4K. The GBA channel. That's crazy. Like it was like at 3K the other day, and then it's suddenly at 4K. Like that's ridiculous.
I think it's the draft. I mean, the hype behind the draft.
Yeah.
People have said before it's the most fun part of the season, and I guess to a degree that's actually kind of true.
Yeah.
So, alrighty. Now that you have this fresh start, what's your favorite part of the new format?
I really enjoy the draft rules. I think it has led to really balanced teams overall. I don't see any particular team that is at a clear disadvantage in any sort of way. I see that every single team has threats. Every single team has equal level of power, and at the same time, there's a lot of cool stuff that people have drafted at the same. I don't know. I really like the teams, and I think that this drafting method has turned out pretty well, and I'm really happy. I think that's the thing that I'm most content with, compared to other seasons. And not that previous seasons it was bad or anything like that, but I think overall everybody's happy with how the draft went, and I'm really pleased with that, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, people drafted better than others, certainly. I think you definitely were one of the better draftees in the draft. There are certainly people who drafted better, but at least I think it was a good thing to see that everyone at least had an equal opportunity.
Yeah, nobody's like completely overshadowed in that sense. Like everybody has a strong team, in my opinion. Some people may have drafted a little bit better, but I don't think there's that huge of a difference.
Yeah. I said this on my Twitter a couple times. No one had a bad draft. There were some questionable picks, maybe some questionable questionable picks in certain spots, but I don't really think anyone had a bad draft. So that's a good thing, definitely.
Yeah.
So obviously there are a lot of new guys in the league, 6 new guys. What are you feeling about them? How are you feeling? Like the new guys?
I first of all, I like them all. Like they are really cool people, really chill individuals. I was already familiar with Hank the Pidgey and Gym Leader Gio. Gym Leader Gio is a very good friend of mine when it comes to YouTube and such. We clashed on the D League in the round robin, unfortunately, and in order to get into the D League, and he's always been supportive of my run in the GBA, and he's always and he's been a huge part of it. He was in charge of the how do you call it, the weekly recaps. Yeah, and he was really good at that. He did a phenomenal job, in my opinion, and I'm happy that he got his shot to finally participate in the, when it comes to being a team and such. Like he finally got that shot, and I'm happy for him in that regard. And Hank DePagey is also a really chill dude, really good guy. I like him a lot. And the other guys like Movone, really cool guy. Nothing bad to say again about him. Nips, very, very, very cool guy as well. And we also got Crimson Seabed, who I've met. It's a pretty chill dude. And Old Man Tuck, who I really like. I'm a huge fan of his videos with his daughter and such. Really, really nice to watch. But yeah, cool people. Yeah.
Someone was making comments on Twitter about how he should nickname his Crobat after, well, myself. Because think about this. My YouTube icon is a red Crobat with an eye patch, so...
Oh my god, like it has to be done then. Oh my god. The picture, yeah, like it's combining the two. Oh yeah, definitely.
Shout out to Parker, the guy who made that suggestion on Twitter.
Oh wow. Not bad.
Alrighty, so getting into your individual draft. Okay, yeah. I need to take a moment to congratulate you on getting Moto back.
Thank you. I know you were hyped about it. I know. I know you wanted it. I saw that you wanted it.
A lot of people who did.
A lot of people did, and some people may have thought that I kind of like did it to please. No, but it was my plan all along. The reason I drafted it so late is because I knew there was no chance of it getting sniped, because it was an OUA, and everybody barring Drew had already picked their 2 OUA, so I knew I could let that thing, for the very last moment.
Right.
And
that's very smart.
I'm very happy with that pick, because that is a Pokemon that has been one of the most reliable mons that I've ever played with in the league format. I think it's one of the most reliable walls out there, and it's very hard to prepare for because it has no, like, it's just a ground type. Like, there's no quad weakness, there's nothing, and you can go both physically or special defensive, you can go mixed wall. I really like it. It's been very consistent for me in the past, and I'm happy to have him back, baby. I'm really happy.
I know. You guys have a long history together. I'm glad to see that a certain corrupt team did not change Moto's way.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. We've had our issues in the past. Like, I said some mean things to him and such as he tried to contact me, and he, with always good intentions, but I felt betrayed. Honestly, because the Boston Red Sox, nah. And, no ill intent towards me. But your team sucks! I'm just kidding. There's some bad blood. But, yeah, and I was like, oh no, Mato, how could you do this to me and such? But then he's like, hey, I'm sorry, Mogwai. I regret it. I felt pretty bad there, and I want to be happy again. I'm like, hey, welcome home, buddy.
Hey, Air Espanol is flying over to Spain right now with a giant hippo in it.
Yeah, exactly. First class.
Yes. Moto loves those cup holders. Alrighty, getting back to serious discourse. Just in general, how you feeling about your draft, man? What style were you going for going into it?
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel happy about my draft, but at the same time, I will acknowledge that on paper, it's not the most impressive, nor is it the most intimidating. I'm aware of this. But the reason I picked the mons that I picked is I went with the mentality of I wanted powerful and versatile wall breakers. That was my main, I needed that. And then I wanted some speed, which is the reason of why I picked the Mega that I picked. And then I wanted to rely on the lower tier bulk, because I think the lower tier bulk is just as good as the higher tier bulk. And as you can see, I went with a little bit of a UU-ish kind of defensive core there. Mm-hmm. With the mons like Florges, Tentacruel, Chestnut, Hippowdon. Mons who work really well together defensively. Like, they cover a lot of each other. And then like I said, Victini and Hydreigon, I believe, are amongst my 2 best picks because of their straight-up power and their versatility as well. I really I wanted to have the ability to just break through all of my opponent's defenses and then potentially clean up with something faster and such,
Yeah.
And, yeah, that includes the pick, one of the picks that I'm most proud of, which is actually my NU pick, which is Stoutland. Nobody really saw that coming, as by drafting a mon like Hippowdon, I gave my NU pick a huge amount of value out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think Stoutland's going to be one of the most valuable things on your team because of Moto.
People better not sleep on it. People better not sleep on it. That thing is dangerous. That thing is ridiculously hard. And if I wear your team down, it will sweep you. So I'm very happy with that pick. And I'm not forced. I'm not going like sand team with it. It's just an option. And I like that. I don't like sticking to one thing. I don't want to be a one-trick pony, but I like to have that option. And perhaps people will prepare for it, and I won't even bring it. So that's
there you go, man. That's why one of the things I thought at the end of your draft was all of a sudden now people are going to have to prepare for Sandrush Stoutland every week because they're going to be scared of being swept by it.
If you're not prepared for it, it sweeps you. Like, slap a choice bet on that thing, and return does like 75% to everything. It's really hard. Even if you're a physically defensive wall, it's very powerful. So I'm happy with it. I gotta say, I'm happy with it. I'm like I said, my draft, it's not perfect. There are a few things that perhaps I could have done better. It was difficult to plan because at the same time, there were so many things getting sniped from everybody was sniping everybody without even realizing it was just happening. And at the same time, it's kind of hard when everybody's drafting for the first time. It's hard to plan out your team when you don't know if you're going to get what you need. I had certain plans and I had to scrap all of them at the beginning because I was like, I'm not going to get this, I'm not going to get that. So it wasn't easy. Like I think on paper my team is not the most intimidating. I think I would not be I would not feel what's the proper term here, shocked or anything like that if some people came out questioning my draft. Hey, it's fine. I think I did well. I think I got a solid squad going on here, and I think it gives me the opportunity to build. It gives me a lot of options. That's all I wanted. I wasn't seeking for the best team on paper. I was seeking for the best team for me to be able to just create things out of it,
Yeah. Oh, I know probably better than anyone. Look at my season 3 team.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You've come up with some of the craziest. And it's the stuff that has worked perfectly, which is hard. It's very easy to be creative, but be creative and effective is not easy at all.
Yeah.
So.
There's a difference between Ironhead Raikou and running Choice Scarf, Steel Wing, and Polion that needs a Mega Gardevoir, Ironhead Raikou is just an utter failure, and I don't ever advise anyone to run it. See, I even learned from the stupid things I do, so.
Yeah, but then you got stuff like, Fire Blast Gyarados, which no one would have seen coming, and I don't know, I mean, you're a person who understands, what it is.
And that's why I can appreciate the vast majority of your draft. The only thing I would maybe, if Excavalier, maybe, but
I understand.
That late in the draft, though, I get it. It's not.
Yeah, it was. I needed another steel type that could actually take special hits, which is something Doublade could not. And I love the steel bug typing. I think it's one of the best typings out there. Even though it is quad weak to fire, you can see fire attacks coming. And the beauty about Scavalier is that he tanks HP fires pretty well. So
and that's why I can say it's not a bad pick by any means.
It's not really versatile, of course not, and it's very slow. And I can see I've received criticism for it, but I have a lot of experience using it, and I think it was like I said, my draft, we all make mistakes here and there. I don't necessarily think Escavalier is a mistake, but I do see people seeing it that way, and I completely understand it. It's fine.
All right, so I know you mentioned how you had got sniped probably quite a lot, given you were last in the draft. How many times did you get sniped, or what was sniped from you?
Actually, not much at all. Like the first snipe I got was Lander's Thing. I love Lander's Thing. It's one of my favorite competitive mods. I mean, everybody always jokes about Mogwai and Lander's Thing. Mogwai doesn't know how to build a team without Lander's Thing. It's I knew it wasn't getting to me. Steve got it like second pick, and I was 12th pick. I knew, and it was kind of a snipe. I did have an initial plan, but I was ready for that to happen, so it wasn't that big of a deal. A snipe that really, barring that, like barring the one that I'm going to mention now, there wasn't really any other like relevant snipe that really affected me. The one that really got to me was Empoleon. I wanted Empoleon, and
See why? It's a great mon.
yeah, and when Empoleon got taken, I decided to go with Tentacruel, but I really wanted Empoleon because I really like its defensive typing and I like its moveset, and I think it's a mon that can, because I think it's a little bit more reliable than Tentacruel, because the problem with Tentacruel is that he can't hit hard. Tentacruel just doesn't hit hard, and it's easier to wear down than Empoleon, but hey, Tentacruel is still really good, and it provides me with Toxic Spikes, which is phenomenal. I'm really going to use that to my advantage.
And you still have Rapid Spin, which
exactly,
is value.
Yeah, exactly. I could go the hazard stacking route, and Rapid Spin is much more useful for that kind of strategy. So I'm happy with Tentacruel, but it is true that Empoleon, that snipe made me change a lot of my later draft. It affected a lot because I always aim for synergy, and changing from a water steel type to a water poison type has a little bit of has a few consequences. So yeah, that was a big one.
And I guess that can impact your decision to choose Escavalier, for example. Which
exactly. I needed a steel type, and that's Escavalier. One of the reasons I have Escavalier is because I don't have Empoleon. I really the steel typing is too good not to have, in my opinion.
And that's exactly what I was saying, especially when you just said you got sniped of Empoleon. That made more sense. I can see.
Also, another pick that I would have gotten if it wasn't for if I would have gotten Empoleon was surprisingly another water type that I think is very good for this format, and it's actually a Slowking. I really had my eyes on Slowking, but the way my draft went later on and how I modified it, I just didn't see the proper way to fit. And he eventually got picked anyways, but Slowking was another thing that was on my mind. It didn't necessarily get sniped from me because I decided later on to, I had to draft something else, but it was something that I really wanted. I think Slowking is a phenomenal mod for this format.
It is.
It has such good coverage,
I don't know if you remember, but I had it at the end of.
Yeah. You had the regenerator core there going on.
Dual regenerator cores.
Yeah. That was an option I had. I was actually aiming for that until I found out that we put Tangrowth at UU, which I don't agree with. I think that should have stayed at RU. And that's literally the reason I couldn't go for the regenerator core. Otherwise, I would have gone for it because Slowking and Tangrowth work really well together. But I don't know why we put Tangrowth at UU though. I think it should have been an RU because I think we overstacked UU a little bit. But hey, it's whatever. You can always fix that in the next season. It's what it is.
So. Obviously, I know that you've had a pretty effective 1.5 seasons of GBA experience. That includes the D-League, where you did very well, obviously. Except for one loss last year, you won every game. Do you believe that your previous experience, plus your new team, will boost you to stay as a top contender?
I mean, I do most certainly have pressure on me. A lot of people put me as the favorite. I don't necessarily want to kind of, my main goal for this is to just, be competitive, but at the same time, don't bring myself down if things don't go my way. I'm prepared to lose. It's fine. I'm going to give it my best. I think if I play like I have in the past, it is true that I have had a high win percentage compared to my loss percentage. That is a fact, but you never know, So it could go well. I could have an amazing season. I could have an okay season. I could have a terrible season. Regardless, I don't think I'll do too bad, and I think it'll be a blast.
And that's the most important thing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So obviously,
if you're not having fun with it, it's not for you.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously, you're very hyped about this season. So who are you looking forward to playing most?
Well, that's actually an interesting question. Actually, I'm really looking forward to playing Magnitude because there's going to be some insane trash talk between the two of us for sure. And I may even do some pre-game high speeches and shit and all that goodness. Yeah, I may get into that. And I look forward to playing A Drive again because he's always in really exciting battles. And there's a lot of people that I want to play. I don't want to play Tup though.
Oh, because, hey, that was my next question. Who are you least excited to play?
Tup. I love Tup. I would love to battle him in other conditions, but if you look at his team, Tup's team legit 100% counters mine. Like I've never seen anything like it. It's ridiculous.
But that's Pittsburgh, right?
Pittsburgh Pirates.
Right. Okay. Right.
Well, want me to tell you why it counters mine really quickly?
Sure.
I'm not afraid to say it. People are like, hey, don't reveal. It's whatever. I don't care. First of all, he has a counter to my Victini and Heatran. Absolute counter. He has Mamoswine, which legit, with his dual stabs, 6-0s me. He has an Azumarill, which counters my Hydreigon, if you put an Assault Vest on it. He has a Mega Alakazam, which not only outspeeds and takes out my Lopunny, but it can also trace Stoutland Sandrush and stop a potential sweep there. Amongst many other things, like Crobat, which is a huge problem for me, and it's ridiculous.
Remember the eye patch.
Yeah, the eye patch. It's ridiculous. It's when I face Tup, it's gonna be cool though because it's gonna push me to my limits when it comes to team building. It's gonna test because a lot of people say I'm a good team builder. I'm gonna see how good of a team builder I am when I face Tup. I'm excited for it in that regard. It's gonna be fucking hell, but it'll be interesting for sure.
Don't forget that Victini gets Victory Star. I believe that's the ability called. I believe that's what it's called. Focus Blast. So it's gonna get an accuracy boost.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing, if he runs a special defensive Heatran, it's not gonna be a one shot or anything like that. You know, I always aim with Victini. I always try to take the easy route. But yeah, I mean, I do have options. Like it's not that I'm saying. It's just that it's gonna be a lot more difficult than any other match when it comes matchup wise.
I will tell you though, I like your mentality, man. That is go into it, push yourself to the max. Because if I had $1 for every time I was told I was going to lose a match because of the on-paper matchup, I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah.
That's literally my whole season one in a nutshell.
It's impressive how many people underestimated you in season 3. Like I didn't understand that. It was like over and over again, and you would just prove them wrong over and over again. It was really funny to watch.
And I was going to continue.
I don't know. There were some people who just had these straight up, like they were straight up convinced that this guy's good, this guy's bad, this guy's gonna do good, this guy's gonna do bad, and that's just not how things work. Like and not in Pokemon. Like you can't. Some people just think. I just think they think they know more than they actually do, and it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to see you prove people wrong. I liked it. I was a fan of it.
No, thanks, man. I appreciate it, definitely. There's a lot of good memories there, that's for sure, with proving people wrong over the years. It's one of the things I can hang my head about. And also, I still have never lost to Gubs, so...
Hey, you can take that to your grave.
If I died tomorrow, knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But if that ends up happening, I can die happy. I will request, if that does happen, please tell Steve that he should make a GBA Season 1 trophy, and I'll be buried with it.
Hey, that's a good way to go. That's a good one.
Okay. So, got your least excited to play out. That's obviously tough. I think we're getting closer to the end. If you could give one short, really any length, message to your Real Marill fans out there before the season starts, what would it be?
I mean, if you've been enjoying my GBA content up until now, I can only say that it's going to get better and better. I'm going to put a lot of effort into this. I'm going to put a lot of time into it, and my matches will always be intense. I record them live, and I bring that intensity to the table every single time. And I don't know, guys, if you guys are stoked for this and you guys like my team, if you guys like beanies and Spaniards and stuff, even though it's summer and I won't be wearing the beanie too often, but hey, it'll always be with my heart and such. And yeah, I also tend to ramble a lot for no particular reason. So if you're a fan of that too, then root for me. Root for the Real Marill. Root for the European power. And I'm going to stop now.
You are the European power. You're the only one.
Yeah, I'm the only one.
You represent the entire continent.
And I'm taking the cup home. That's how it's going to go.
Hey, like I said, Moto's, I think, about 3 hours away from the Madrid airport, so...
Yeah, he's happy. We're happy to have him back. You know, especially as a little doggy friend. He's gonna enjoy his company with the sand. And all that
I think so, certainly. And he's also got a little bit of fun. He's got the Playboy bunny to join him. So.
Oh yeah, I mean it's no. Let's try to keep it professional though. Like I'm gonna try to have my guys be like, hey, don't mess around in that regard. Just focus on the battles.
Hey, I think that's just about it. Anything else you'd like to say?
No, it was a pleasure, doing this. It was fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time. This is pretty much the end of Miguel's coach interview. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe to Miguel, to all the people in the GBA, myself if you'd like to do that as well. All the links will be in the description. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Rate, comment, subscribe, guys. Peace out.
Bye-bye.